Welcome back to the Gene Dexter Show on a beautiful Tuesday in downtown Bellevue. Private dining room at Monsoon East. I missed last week's show because my very special guest, MC Macklemore, went on a retreat, a silence retreat. And it kind of makes his future interview even sexier because I want to know all about that.
And sexier?
Yeah, sexier. It does.
Macklemore is sexy.
Well, he's not, but his story. Well, he may be, but his story, though. I mean, this whole thing is very sexy to me. You know, not that silence is sexy, but he's kind of made it really hip. And I've been, kind of checking out, what he did, and I have a ton of questions for him. So hopefully we'll get him soon. I'm going to continue with the theme of the Legends series as far as the Northwest goes, my Legends series. And today I have a very, very interesting and special guest who not only falls in that category, but is iconic in his own right. Starting in the 1990s, when he was, just starting out as a DJ, he built a record collection of well over 75,000 records, which many people know in the DJ world are aware of. It's a world-class warehouse and one-stop center for all of the classic vinyl that you can find. Then going into something called Conception Records, which was a big mainstay through at least the late 1990s that I can remember. Then there was the acid jazz movement with DJ Sure Shot and his work with the Sharp Shooters, clubs, production of records, sound engineering, world touring. This guy has done it all. My very special tastemaker and friend, DJ Mr. Supreme.
How you doing?
Welcome. And I'm so happy you came to the east side today. We don't get to Bellevue all that often.
Not much.
Unless you're performing.
Right. Or you're having a brunch.
Or a brunch. A little brunch thing. Well, I'm so happy that you came today because, people who know you, I know you're building new fans every single day, but there's a big segment of the population who follow you who may not know some of the roots of DJ Mr. Supreme, and so I thought this would be really important, to start there. You're a Seattle native, is that correct?
Yeah, I was born in Los Angeles, but my parents moved here when I was 2 or 3 years old. So
Sure. Very good. And you attended school in the central area?
Over. We lived all over from like Federal Way to Ballard, like 30-mile radius.
Right.
Everywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And went to high school in a very musical oriented. Was it Franklin?
I went to Ballard.
You went to Ballard High School. Okay.
I was supposed to go to Franklin.
You were supposed to go to Franklin. Okay.
I ended up at Ballard.
Well, that's probably where I got the name. Well, when did your endeavors start? As a youth. When did these endeavors start with DJing, your interest in music?
I mean, my main thing was it's probably like summer of '83, 84.
Okay.
Not sure, but I went to the East Coast. I went to New York on summer vacation with a friend of mine. His family was going. They invited me. So it's like the first night out there. Started getting dark out, and we sat out on the stoop. That's what everybody does out there.
Okay.
You don't have to go anywhere. Everything's cracking.
It's right there on the street.
And so we come out and we sit on the stoop, and next thing I know, like 30 guys come up with boom boxes, and they put them in a big circle. They all had Kiss radio. I think it was DJ Red Alert.
Okay.
And so I put it on. It was super loud, and go, and everybody come out. Basically, a street party or block party. And everybody started dancing, break dancing, so that's what exposed me to hip hop, That was the very first thing.
And that's what sparked you at that.
That was early on. Like, nobody out here knew what that was at all.
No.
So from then on, I started hearing the music. getting involved, like, okay, it's the first time I heard rap music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And so from that point, did you come home and then start dabbling?
Well, I came home and I wanted to learn how to breakdance.
Breakdance?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, man, that's the coolest thing ever. Like, I was trying to explain it to people, and they're like, what are you talking about? You know?
Really?
So, yeah.
And so you did
and that was
for a
that was at the height of b-boying, you know?
Right.
Like, you know how media blew it up back then.
Yes.
And so eventually from then, I'd buy music to dance to.
Okay.
And I was the one that would always make the tapes for our crew or whatever. Eventually, started DJing, started getting the equipment and DJing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And were you involved with other elements of the of hip hop?
I tried to do some graffiti. I was terrible.
You were terrible at it?
I ruined a lot of buildings.
Okay. Okay. So you were dabbling.
Yeah.
So you did
stuff kids do.
Yeah, of course. And so you started with the tapes, and then from there, what happened? As you developed.
Well, from there, the dancing kind of started dying out. I started getting a little older, but the music kept me going.
Okay.
And went to a friend of mine's house one day, and his older brother DJed.
Okay.
So I saw him, like in his room practicing, and I poked my head in, and I was watching him, and I was like, man, I want to do this.
Right.
So pretty much from that day on, I saved up my money. I bought this cheap mixer at Radio Shack.
Okay.
Stole my dad's turntable. Grabbed another one from another family member.
The old Zenith stuff or whatever.
Hooked everything up and started messing around with it.
Okay.
And started buying records.
Did you realize at that time that you were going to build the collection that you did?
Oh, I had no idea.
You didn't know the direction?
I wish I would have never done that.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it become something of a obsession early on?
Yeah, definitely. Not early on, actually later on.
Later on?
Yeah.
Okay, well tell us about that. When did it become a full-on passion where...
Actually, it was probably like early 90s.
Early 90s?
Because I'd always been record shopping since, mid-80s.
Right.
For the last 10 years,
Right.
last decade, so...
But do you remember the thing or the moment that kind of turned it from I'm interested in records to wow, I'm a collector and I'm
yeah, because I'd go out and say I want a certain record.
Right.
And I'd go out and look for it, and I'd find it, I'd go to the first store and be there. I'd pick it up. $8? I don't spend $8. That's too much money, I'll wait till I find it for $1 at a thrift store or something.
Sure.
So maybe a few months pass by, and I hadn't seen it. So okay, I'll spend $8 on it. So I go back, and it's gone. And I'm like, okay. So then I start looking for it, and maybe it's 2-3 months later, and I'm not seeing it at all. And when I see it again, it's $30, $20, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So I'm thinking, I better snatch this stuff up when I see it. And then I'm finding out a lot of Japanese, a lot of Europeans are coming over here, buying all this stuff up, and it's drying up. So that made me say, okay, let me get busy. You know what I'm saying? That was it.
Wow. And how long did it take before you had to make the transition from your home to like a warehouse situation? How long did that?
A few years, actually. I mean, because like I said, like that day when I made up my mind, I started buying
everything. Right. But you also take the time to listen to this stuff and to incorporate everything you do.
Of course, I don't just come and say a crate of records and just buy the whole crate.
Right.
I'll go through and cherry pick. This is what I want. This is what I need.
So it takes a tremendous amount of time and commitment
it's pretty ridiculous.
To work your craft like
this. It's very. I call it nerdism.
Nerdism.
You have to be a nerd to do what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm a true nerd.
Right. But it's also been an important element of your sound and your reputation and everything. I mean, you've incorporated so many of these things that the average person would never know even existed, without your collection and without your efforts to dig and to put it out there. So I think it's a gift, really.
But I'm not the only one. I mean, there's tons of DJs. I mean,
yes.
All the real dudes do it.
Yes. But you're special because being Seattle-based as we are, I'm not hearing of any, because I always find very unique qualities, in everyone in the music industry circle, in the Northwest. But your niche, Your specialness has to do with the fact that you have a world class warehouse of hand picked, selected and working vinyl. I mean, this is not like nothing from here to, I would say, the Bay area, which I'm not so concerned with. I mean, my whole thing is what's happening here in the Northwest, and you have, I think, the only collection of its kind
out here that, yeah, I agree. I mean, there's cats out here that have.
Let's just be honest. Yeah. I mean, that's not to take away from all of our friends and all of our legends, but right here, you need to understand. This is the guy with.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think I got. I think I got lucky because to me, I think I started a little early on. I think that opened my eyes a little early on when I started seeing everything disappearing.
Right.
That's why a lot of cats came in the game later.
Sure.
And really, honestly, I kind of felt bad for them at that point because not only were the records gone, but they're costing an arm and a leg now.
Yes.
So,
well, I understand.
I mean, I was getting stuff for $1.
Yeah.
$100 records.
Yeah. Well, that's life. I mean, real estate is like that
exactly.
too. I mean, you just, you found it. Yeah, you found it, buy early, hold.
But I want to jump to like 2009.
Yeah.
Where honestly, it doesn't matter anymore.
No, none of it.
Everybody uses Serato and MP3s.
Everyone's on
it. So everybody can go get it.
But you still, you still espouse the virtues of vinyl.
Of course.
You don't,
because that's where I come from.
Exactly.
I'm not a new school cat.
Exactly.
Got Serato last week and I could.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And that's good, actually.
Yeah.
It's good that they're still interested into it. And really, at the end of the day, it's about the music.
Exactly. Welcome to the Gene Dexter Show. My very, very special guest, Mr. DJ Supreme. Live and direct from the main dining room, the private dining room at Monsoon East here in beautiful downtown Bellevue, a suburb of Seattle, Washington. Speaking about 2009, you're doing a lot of, very cool things. You're in a lot of different channels. You're, big tastemaker around town, and you're a promoter in your own right.
Somewhat. I talked to a friend of mine about this. I'm not a promoter.
No?
I'm a DJ.
You're a DJ.
I'm not a promoter.
But they hire you anyway for things. Everyone. Well, let's talk about Luda.
Okay.
Luda. All right. What's going on with and you're gonna love this.
That's
Luda's body spray.
Yes.
And you are the exclusive, purveyor to introduce us to this as a DJ. But you're working cosmetics and urban lifestyle. So what's up with that?
Tag body spray.
Okay.
They recently did a signature series.
Okay.
Luda has his own spray. Along with Carmelo Anthony has one.
Right.
And Rod Beardick has one.
And you're involved with those two as well?
Yes. Well, promoting all
through town. Okay.
But I don't know if you heard of like the Pepsi DJ thing. A lot of corporations they're seeing the importance of a DJ.
Yes.
With a DJ, I'm in front of hundreds of people every single night.
You're in the room.
Different. And it's not that easy to reach people the way I can reach people.
Right.
And so corporations are putting together DJ teams. Tag has put together their own DJ team. And called me and I'm a part of it. My management hooked it up.
And your manager is Josh Berman from Soul Gorilla?
No, my management is the Rebel Base in Los Angeles.
The Rebel Base,
who I just got on with a month ago.
Oh, okay.
So,
very good. And so now you're representing lifestyle products. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. So you've got experience with this because I know your association also with Toyota. And that whole Scion thing. I mean, you were really, really heavily connected with that over the years. So this seems to be the next.
Glad you brought that up because I wanted to talk about, like I say, the state of everything nowadays. And
Well, let's go to
You were
that.
at the official sign-on
I was at the opening party night, yes.
At the chapel.
Yes.
And I handpicked those my friends to come DJ. Rich Medina, Cosmo Baker, DJ Spinner.
Wow.
Some of my favorites.
Yes.
So I want to bring some different flavors to the town.
Yes.
Try
to get
make it exciting.
Exactly.
And we did that. Party was cool, but I tried to continue, doing like a different kind of night there. And it probably lasted a month or two.
Okay.
Just people just didn't really support it.
Really?
And it's tough here.
Yeah, it is.
Seattle is a weird market.
Yes.
It's very closed. Cats aren't open-minded.
Provincial, would you say?
I think that a lot has to do with radio.
Wow.
That our radio situation.
Right.
Our
lack
radio
thereof.
situation.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Clear Channel is commercial program radio. That's why it's called program. It's program.
Right.
And you hear the same songs every hour on the hour, all day. And that's it.
Right.
So that's what people know.
So the exposure is just not there.
Right.
I see. But still, you bring, and I use that word. I don't want to overuse any particular word during a broadcast, but your stuff, what you do is very sensuous. It's sexy. Well, we're going to find out more of his sexiness.
Actually, it depends.
But it
depends on my night. Some of them are sexy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe last Saturday with the stripper, that was probably sexy.
Well, that's sexy in a
we had the live stripper on.
Yeah, that's another kind of sexy. Yeah. Well, very good. I've been hearing from people, who knew you were going to be here today, and people who I've interviewed and so forth, that say that you bring an aesthetic to the scene. You bring a class structure to the urban game. Can you speak on that a little bit about your view?
Yeah, I just think there has to be quality control because, like I said, nowadays you got a lot of these DJs that got Serato and they want to DJ, and people hire them because they know the promoter or their friend knows the promoter.
Right.
And they don't have the experience, or quite frankly, they just don't have the experience.
Okay.
So they'll go there, and basically all the crowd cares about is hearing that hit song that they want to hear.
Right.
They don't care if it's mixed in, how it's played, as long as it's played. I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not having that.
Exactly.
That's some BS. So
exactly.
I'm coming trying to bring. My friend Santo that plays with me.
Yes.
We do remixes and stuff. We call ourselves the standard.
Yes.
We said there has to be a standard. We have to create a standard. And I'm not supporting any crap.
Right.
That's why I say you have that quote there, if you don't have records, I don't respect you. Which isn't necessarily true, but I'm saying if you're going to DJ, at least have a couple.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just grab
your
computer and your MP3s and think that you're good to go.
Yeah. I pulled that off of some media online, and I thought it was very compelling. Actually, Nate Diggity Johnson, my producer, helped me find that, and I think it's very compelling.
But I think the crowd also, I think the crowd as a whole should support some things, but they do. They do. Mm-hmm. I can't be mad at it. It is what it is.
Right. Well, the standard, it really appeals to someone like me because I know that because you're very busy and you're very, very well known. You could pick and choose pretty much anything that you want to do, but the only thing that we see you do is really cool, really relevant stuff.
Right.
And I just think that that's just important. I think that when you take a stand like that you're doing a favor. That many people may not realize, but you're doing a very, very big favor to the marketplace.
Yeah, they don't realize.
No, they don't. No, well, yeah.
Sometimes they do when it's gone.
When it's gone. Yeah.
Then they realize.
Yeah. That's a shame too.
Somebody, a chick asked me the other day, what happened to old school DJs? Like, DJs aren't fresh anymore. And I said, yeah, you know, they're playing for new school crowds. The crowd is accepting anything.
Right.
You know, like I said.
Right.
You could come on with your iPod, and as long as you play Ice Cream Paint Job at midnight, guess what? It's cracking. They're gonna love it.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
No disrespect to you, but that's just what it is. As long as they hear their song,
they're fine. Yeah. Yeah.
you don't have to mix.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like everything's out the window now.
Right. Right. Well,
It's more so turned into a popularity
than anything else.
That's why you have like Playboy Bunny DJs that DJ half naked.
Wow. Wow. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Well, that you know, it's like a lot of sugary product, though. You know,
No, exactly.
those things crash. You know, just like a sugar high, it crashes, and then that leaves people.
Even another thing is like sometimes I think I care too much about it.
Yeah.
Like I should just leave it alone. It is what it is. But I remember I went to a club recently. You probably saw the post the other night. They didn't have any equipment at all.
No.
And I just thought, you're a restaurant, you should have good food, right? If you're a nightclub, you should have a good sound system and
Yes.
good equipment.
Yes.
And then I kind of said, oh no, you know, all the DJs bring their own stuff. And I said, well, you're a nightclub. I said, that'd be like telling the chef to bring his own stove when he comes in.
Woo!
You know, and the guy thinks I'm being an a-hole, and I'm not. I'm just pointing out a fact.
It's so true, though. What an incredible analogy.
And then I'm thinking about like Saturday Night Fever and the disco days.
Right.
They really cared. Remember the floor lit up, and they really cared about everything. And that
There were details. Yeah.
They don't do that no more. They open a restaurant, buy 2 cheap speakers, and throw them in the corner, and then wonder why.
A couple of couches. Yeah. Wow.
They just don't care anymore.
Wow.
And that's where the standard comes in. Where's the standard?
Where's the
that
standard?
quality?
Where's the standard? Very, very good. Well, you know, you're as a curator of the, as a curator and tastemaker, I'm just so proud of the fact that I know, you know, and a friend of someone who maintains, you know, a level of, you know, commitment, because it's not easy. You know, it's very, it's easy to go down a, you know, path of, you know, of quantity and of, you know, 2 for 1 or whatever people are doing out there, but it's very frustrating. But you're maintaining.
I'm trying.
And you're doing your thing. Well, it's definitely translated because nobody that I know misunderstands at all. I mean, we all get it.
Okay, because a
And I hope you will.
a lot of people I know, well, semi-know, misunderstand and don't get it.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
so it's hard, man. It's
Yeah.
an uphill battle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's built on relationships. Everything. And so,
Well, you're one of the few people I know where if I'm going to go to, you know, if I'm at a, you know, on the rare occasion these days that that I do attend, you know, a list party or a function, you know, something on the higher end, something that I know is going to be done correctly. I always look for you first above everyone else. I always look to see if Supreme made it, because you know, there are those of us who would attend the opening of a paper bag, you know.
okay.
You don't, and it certainly is reflected in your music, you know, as well.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Well, hey, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I always say that it is what it is, and you prove that. Moving forward, though, I know that you have a lot of irons in the fire, and you've got a lot of great things happening. Could you tell us about your latest project and what you know what's
Right
going
Here
on?
came out, I believe, last Tuesday.
Okay.
Rito's Groove Part 2 album's called Connie Barton. Connie Barton's a legendary studio engineer from the Northwest. He did the Louie track by the Kings.
Okay.
He did early Jimi Hendrix. Amazing dude. And so we did this album, recorded it in his studio. He still has the same studio. It used to be in Belltown, but now it's out by University District.
Okay.
All the same equipment.
Okay.
And we dedicated this album to him because he's a legendary dude. But The Weedles Groove project was something I put together, a compilation of Seattle soul R&B folk tracks from the 70s that people didn't even know existed. That was stuff like, when I was going out looking for records, I'm finding this stuff like, oh, this is interesting. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good,
Yeah.
And nobody knew about it. So I, Coach Like Me Attic Records, I was working with them, did that record, and then through licensing all the music, we're finding all the musicians. Like, oh wow, this guy's the janitor at the college. And so we came up with an idea one night, because we did a release party, and they all came and jammed. And we're like, let's do a new record.
Wow.
This is it. So it's co-produced by me, Dynamite D, and Johnny Horn. I'll definitely check it out.
Just from the names and the description that Supreme has, shared from this album, can you understand now the difference between connoisseurship and, sugar? Okay, I guess, with anything we talk about, wines or, cigars, automobiles, and so forth. Quality, quantity, watches, connoisseurship versus sugar. I can't wait to listen to this album.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you so
much.
much.
There's a movie coming out too soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
First of the year.
Okay.
The Weedles Groove movie.
The Weedles
the whole
Groove
project,
movie.
about how all this came together.
Okay. And is there a web address so we could track it?
Google Weedles Groove.
Weedles Groove, the Google, and then there'll
I
be
believe there's a YouTube clip and there's a website for it.
and a website through Google. Okay. Well, we'll definitely have to check that out.
There was an article in last Sunday's Times. I don't know if you caught it.
I haven't
nice
yet.
write up about it.
Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna look.
All that's coming together.
There you go. There you go. Well, man, like I said.
I mean, that's some of the stuff I do. Like, people know me as a DJ. That's it.
Well, craftsmanship takes time. I mean, this is
Like
craft.
I said, I'm a nerd, man. I'm a music lover.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at a record collection when I leave here.
Wow. Well, you're inspiring. I mean, as you know, I'm not a producer, not a DJ, but from what I get, from the things that you do and so forth, I have to continually step up, my game in my field because the standard is so important, and what you and Santo do, I can't even speak highly, enough about it. It's inspiring. It's inspiring. And on the subject of inspiration, do you have, there's a segment of the show I do called Swaggish and Inspirational. Do you have any people that we might be able to follow that, you that are positive influences in your life who kind of helped you along the way or what have you? Could be anybody or anything.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Read his story. Do his history.
Yeah.
That's
Legend.
my inspiration.
Big. Yeah.
Someone
who never changed his standard.
Never.
Wow.
I mean, to go to jail for it,
for his beliefs. Exactly.
I mean, and that's why. Honestly, I feel like a lot of times that's what. Because see, I feel like this. Like I said earlier, everything's built on relationships. I'll give you a perfect example. I went to a club one night. I'm walking in. It was my first time ever playing there. I'm walking in. I have 3 crates of records, probably close to 200 pounds maybe, and I have it on a dolly. I'm walking in. Obviously, I'm coming to play. And the bouncer says, "Hey, do you have your ID?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." So he says, "Hey, well, I need to see it." I said, "Okay, let me set these down. I'll show it to you." He said, "No, I need to see it now." So he could see my hands were full.
Yeah.
But it rubbed me the wrong way.
Of course it does.
So I pulled it out, put it in a space like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like here.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, "Man, this guy got a problem." He goes and tells management. And so from that point right there, I ruined that relationship because I came in and they thought I had a problem. They didn't want me working there.
Off of something that had nothing to do with.
Like I said, things built on relationships.
The craft.
So
Yeah. Wow.
It's people see you and they make a first impression, and that's their impression of you. That's
right.
it. I don't think there's really any change.
Right.
So even with everything I've done, people don't know everything I do.
Right.
They just think I DJ. just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard like when a new promoter comes on the scene and I contact them, because honestly I really don't go out looking for gigs.
No.
Everything I've got has pretty much my phone number.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, as it should. As it should.
Thank you.
No, really, this is as it should.
But I'm saying, when I see someone new, I'm a DJ for hire.
Yeah.
I'm here to rock parties and work and rock your parties.
There you go.
I'm not just Soul Gorilla. I do like 90% of their parties.
Right, right.
But I might call a new promoter. He's never heard of me.
Right.
He doesn't know who I am.
Sure.
And he's just like, oh no, we have it handled.
There you go. So any other inspirational
you know what?
out there?
When I was a kid, I loved Mike Tyson until he lost it. I thought he was great. A kid from the street that came from nothing.
Yeah.
To be the greatest fighter. It's funny because think about it, both boxers I named.
Yeah.
My inspiration.
Yeah.
I know 50 Cent says he thinks and conditions his mind like a boxer a lot of times coming into the game.
Good metaphor.
Tyson, like I said, was until he lost it, started biting ears and wilding out.
Yeah.
Went downhill.
Yeah. Well, largely because I kind of followed what I could about that. It seems like when he lost his team, he lost his focus.
Custom model.
Yeah, basically. And it was a sad thing to see because I know that his mentor, had a great deal, to do with all of that, which kind of goes to show you, that no man is an island, and it does take a team,
It does.
It really does, So
I'm looking for a team now.
Yeah, that sounds like you've made a nice arrangement in LA with this new turn you've taken.
We'll see what's going on with that. They got a nice roster.
Okay.
They're doing their thing.
All right. Well, we should be hearing much more from DJ Mr. Supreme throughout the world. I mean, we're so blessed, so lucky to have someone like this based out of Seattle. But the fact of the matter is that he travels. So follow him. Follow him all over the world. There was something I was going to ask. Nate, has anyone dropped by to say hello or?
Got Blogs is watching.
Oh, Hugh Lee, Blogs is watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Blogs is watching.
Yeah, that's a huge resource.
That's dope.
Talk about the standard. Talk about quality. You guys need to check that out.
I'm in New York and Cash is like, yo, what's up with Blogs is watching?
Exactly.
Cash is asking
It's serious.
He says he's looking forward to seeing Neil Armstrong after the Jay-Z concert.
Exactly.
Wow.
So Gorilla's putting that on, right?
Yes.
Very good.
Big. It's official.
Excellent. And has my guy Raz shown up yet from Sweden? Raz, you're AWOL. I'm sorry, I'm finding another co-host. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Supreme, for coming by and sharing us, your insights and your lessons on life, really. Because I think that what you do in the music world, I think that it crosses a lot of or goes into a lot of things, about quality.
I mean, everything's bigger than that.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Life is life.
Yes.
Life is everything. I keep going back to everything is built on a relationship.
Yes.
And all these lessons, everything you learn, is for everything you're doing, everything you're into.
Exactly.
It all makes sense.
Exactly. And on the subject also of social media relationships, you can follow Mr. Supreme at Supreme LaRock, which is LAROCK, Supreme LaRock on Twitter. And then there's also Facebook and MySpace, all the other usual channels.
And my blog.
Yes.
SupremeLaRock.blogspot.com. Lots of pictures, free music, free DJ mixes, information. Definitely check that out. And website, SupremeLaRock.com. Coming soon, probably within the next week.
Wow. Well, what a privilege to have you today, and I once again thank you so very much for taking time out to see us today.
Indeed, thank you.
I'm Gene Dexter with the Gene Dexter Show. coming live from Monsoon East in beautiful downtown Bellevue. Special thanks to Eric Bond and Sophie Bond for giving us use of their private dining room setting here.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Gene wanted to do it outside today.
Yeah, I was thinking about outside.
And it's gorgeous out.
It's gorgeous, but it's not.
I picked this because I wanted people to actually be able to hear what we were talking
Ah,
about.
thank
That's
you.
some bad audio when you're outside.
But you see what I'm talking about?
That's that
the standard.
quality. Yeah.
Quality versus
See,
quantity.
it is a simple thing like that.
Well, given the budget constraint that I have, which is about $6.12,
I mean, I
yes,
even
this is a better.
I even
better
told the club the other night to get the rubber fatigue mat at the DJ booth.
Really?
Yeah, because the
That's a
DJ
simple-
stands there
yeah.
for 4 hours.
Yeah.
A chef gets a rubber fatigue mat.
Waiters get it at the side stations.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't DJ?
Hosts have it.
Right. Yeah, hosts even get it. You see?
Little
details. Well, when I do relaunch next summer, I'm going to take that to heart on my patio show. Hopefully, quality will be up here, and Mr. Supreme's voice will be back here
It's the
saying,
Neumann mics or something.
yeah, exactly. Well, very good. Thanks again. And Nate, tell us who our upcoming guests are.
We got the Grinch coming later this month.
Yay.
And then hopefully Devin the Dude and Too Short next week when they come to Tacoma for G Prez's show.
Excellent.
Macklemore once he's off his hiatus and you
Yes.
can find him again.
Yes.
And
The
then
sexy Macklemore. All right.
Christine Worthen, she just did her 2020 interview,
Yes.
but she's not going to air until later.
She's a little more sexy than Macklemore.
She's
that'll be a
she's got a
second.
little bit more topical sexiness there.
And then hopefully we can grab Billy Fulau, who's now a DJ.
And he's Mary Letourneau's
Husband, yes.
husband. So
Yeah,
that should be
exactly.
very interesting because I'm going to be asking the questions that media never got around to since they went away. Oops, we made a mistake. They actually do love each other, so that should be a very interesting show. Well, thank you all very, very much, and once again, think quality over quantity. Look out for Mr. DJ Supreme, and we really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. All right, guys, that's the show today, and make it a great week. Bye now.